At least she's coding.
The
My
world,
mom, no.
the world is fascinated by, like Madonna, you know, everybody wants to know how I'm getting on. Hello everybody, this is vlog number 259, and today is the 1st of April, and I'm out walking with Flo and Tuco, and today is a Wednesday. We were just listening to Satguru
Have to direct.
Have to, and we were talking about the stuff, and now we're out walking, Tuco, and there's some clouds in the sky. There's not a lot of wind, but it's a little bit chilly. Not chilly here actually.
No, it's nice.
Yeah. Flo was trying to decide whether or not to keep doing her yoga classes online. She might do one a week. And me, I nearly had an all-nighter with the Transport Fever 2. Got sucked into the game, lost track of time. It's very interesting stuff. Very interesting. To all my people out there living in council flats, we're all in this together. You just gotta take it one day at a time, stay in your little house with all your kids and your dogs and the guy upstairs that keeps playing the dum 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 music all day, the guy that smokes the drugs, and you can smell the cannabis seeping through the walls. Well, it's the same for me. We're all in this together. I too am suffering from the dread of isolation and not being able to get out and about, not being able to experience the freshness of the air, and you know, so I've got this song I'm going to sing to you from here, knowing that we're all the same now, and well, I'm not completely the same. Obviously, I'm a lot better than you are, but you know, my wisdom is helping you, and that's what you want. That's what you want from celebrities like me. My wisdom. Here I stand in isolation, feeling emptiness and doubt. Did your mother ever tell you that the joyful are the free ones? I need some loving like a poet needs a rhyme. I need some loving like a milkman needs a dime. So, thank you for that. I'm just going to get a message from Flo, the sponsor. What do you say, Flo?
Stay safe, stay home.
Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands. And by the way, if your wife is bothering you, you know, and you're not used to that, give her a slap. Give her a slap. It's fine. Just, you know, don't let her away with it. Forget about all that stuff. Give her, you know. And then my other piece of advice for anybody out there, if you've got alcohol, well, now is the time to be drunk all the time. You could just drink day and night. So get in there, start drinking, because the supermarkets are not running out of alcohol. So start drinking that. Probably you people will be drinking cheap cider because you're poor. So, you know, it's a bit deep. It's bizarre, isn't it? Here, it's like an oasis in the desert or something.
Remember that's the photo I took? It was a lot nicer, huh? Looking bright. Yeah, but we're gonna go to the river.
Over and out for now. It is 7:45 in the evening, and I'm watching the sun going down over Vox and Villeneuve, just disappearing. So this is the first summer I'll call it summer. It's obviously not really summer, but it's the first summertime evening for me and Tuco. It's just gone down, but it's still bright, and it's going to be bright tonight till around 8:30. Before eating, I wanted to come out and enjoy the new time. The new long evening. It's cold. It's cold. Good boy, Tuco. Really good. Really good. That baby dog noise was brought to you by Ron's Dog Food. God, it's pretty horrific. This spell we're living through. In the last 24 hours they had something like 550 deaths. I can't imagine how many people could. 500 bodies in a line. And we're not kind of getting the whole news as to why all these people are dying, but I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that there's no, and it's not maybe not being made public, but it might be that there's just, even now there's no ventilating machines, there's no ways of giving oxygen to people, so that many people are dying that in normal situations probably wouldn't. But it's just now the influx into the hospitals means that if you've got 50 hospital beds and you've got 400 people coming in and you've got 50 oxygen ventilators and you've got 400 people needing them, it's basically people are dying left, right and centre for lack of care, really, because there isn't the resources. It's terrible. It's not like people are dying because doctors are doing everything they can to save them and people in question are too old or too weak, too sick. I have a feeling a lot of what's going on is probably they just don't have neither the doctors, the nurses, nor the resources. So yeah. I wouldn't like to die that way. Yeah, I hope when the time comes it'll be, if you could even go to the hospital and they could just knock you out. That'd be it. Anyway, that's as gloomy as fuck. Alright, Tuco. Tuco's not going to get gloomy. Where are we? Where are we, Tuco? We come right to the far left edge of the field as I'm looking toward our house, with my back to the river, the trees behind. In this day of isolation, people trapped in their houses, more or less, it gives an added unique sense of freedom and look for me to be standing here in the evening at 8 o'clock, listening to the birds and looking at mildly clouded blue sky. Tuco, allez, let's go this way. Ooh, it's a bit mucky, who would have thought? Good boy. Yeah. If there was ever a time I was absolutely delighted to be living in any particular place, it would be now. Couldn't possibly be in a better place than this. Because it's like, I just love the rivers back here because it's like it's got your back. And there's nothing really beyond the river that's going to come here anyway. It's a river, so to get to this point you'd have to cross over, and there's nothing on this side. So there's a great sense of this almost being like a private park here. Anna, purposefully during these times, I don't want to try not to look at too much news, because I don't want to get all bleak and apocalyptic about these things. It's a taste of my will. And so, with that in mind, I'm going to go on to my game. I've been playing it the last hour, Transport Fever. And there's still lots of challenges in this map I'm playing. I just learned how to turn off all the little icons and things, so you have a much nicer view of your towns and roads and things. Hello, Tuco. There's so much to look at on the ground level in that game. Even when you're on the boats going along the river, it looks pretty good. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And yeah, I learned to transport goods by boat. Still having a bit of trouble with various things. But it doesn't matter, even it's still fun, even with a little infuriating sometimes, like last night. When you build a big train line and then you can't get the damn thing to pick up the goods. That drives you nuts. You spend 20-25 minutes putting together a line, and you set up all the production side of it. And you have everything in place, and all the stuff has been delivered, and then the train pulls in and the train leaves empty. That's what happened last night. God. I remember vaguely that SimCity, when I started playing it all those years ago, there were certain things I wouldn't touch at the beginning because it all seemed far too complicated. Which way, Tuco? You want to go this way, Tuco? Allez, allez. Yeah, there were certain elements all seemed too complicated with SimCity. So let's say electronics, and I think the great works and things, probably for quite a few weeks maybe, I was steering clear of them. I thought, oh, that's too complicated. But eventually, and now I got to the point where there wasn't anything I haven't tried on that game. There's nothing remotely that bothers me about it, you know. And this is a similar feeling with this game. Because I know there's lots of stuff at the moment I don't want to do, because it seems too complicated, like certain production lines. But I know if I keep playing it, sooner or later you get to do all of the things. I hope my enthusiasm is well founded, and I hope I won't be making one of these entries in a week's time and saying, I don't play anymore. I'm bored of it. But there's just so much in it. I don't think that's going to happen. And it's kind of, I was trying to explain to Flo about that addiction thing where you have lovely moments in something, and I have had lots. Even today, about 2 hours ago, when I figured out how to do something with the boats, it was one of those moments of, yes, I managed to do it without looking at tutorials and stuff. I kind of figured it out. Pretty sure there's a lot of stuff I haven't figured out. So it's interesting to be walking along here at 8 o'clock in the evening on this Wednesday, the 1st of April. March is done. March is finished. And March was a long month. The beginning of March, first couple of weeks we were working, and that really seems like, it feels like about 2 months ago. I'm starting to forget what it feels like to make a crepe and stuff. Still. It is a change of life, isn't it? It opens up various different feelings, I suppose. Feelings. Doors. Because it's a kind of an experience that is totally unplanned. And it's a unique experience. This type of staying at home. For me now, and in general, it's not a problem to staying at home, but as long as I can get out for a walk, it's not a problem at all, really. Hello, Tuco. See a beautiful sunset behind me. Anyway, that was just a little bit I can hear a dog. A little bit of an audio shot just to say that the new evenings and the long evenings are finally here. And so from Tuco and from myself, I will say good night for now. Good night and woof woof.